Welcome to MojoTravels, and today we're counting down our picks for the top 10 most fashionable cities in the world. Are you a fan of our videos? Be sure to subscribe to MojoTravels and ring the bell to be notified about our latest videos. For this list, we're looking at cities around the world known for their global sense of style. Number 10. Lisbon, Portugal. In 1995, Portugal Fashion became the country's premier event for designers and style brands. Portugal Fashion usually takes place twice per year, with one showcase during the fall-winter season and another in the spring-summer. While it primarily occurs in Porto, Portugal Fashion has also been held in Lisbon. The country's largest city, Lisbon is known for taking chances on the fashion front. It's hard to remember a time when fanny packs were ever considered in, but people were amazed to find how well this accessory could complement an ensemble at Moda Lisboa Fashion Week. Given its waterfront, Lisbon is a trendy spot for stylish bikinis and summer wear, and the architecture across the city is amazing. Number 9. Seoul, South Korea. Seoul is South Korea's fashion capital, and at its heart is Dongdaemun Market, the city's largest market for wholesale and retail shopping. You can spend eons browsing the 26 malls and thousands of shops. Since 1987, the city has hosted Seoul Fashion Week, which comes 2 times per year. The event can be summed up in 3 chapters. The Seoul collection shines the spotlight on high-end fashion, Generation Next looks to the future of design, and the Seoul Fashion Fair provides a platform for fashion companies to flourish. Just as K-pop has exploded in North America, there's confidence that K-fashion brands will also see a surge of popularity. Judging from the hip streetwear people have been rocking, you could argue that K-fashion is already here. Number 8. Barcelona, Spain. Design is fundamental in fashion, but Barcelona proves that fabric is equally integral. Catalonia's largest city started to etch out its place in the fashion world during the early 20th century, thanks to the thriving textile industry. In the 60s, designer José María Fillol helped open up a new realm of possibilities with Moda del Sol, a group that strived to take fabric and fashion to revolutionary places. Today, Barcelona maintains its reputation for cutting-edge looks, as represented through brands like Mango, Zara, and Desigual. The city hosts a variety of fashion shows as well, including the Brandery and Barcelona Fashion Summit. Arguably the most prominent is the biannual Fero 80 Barcelona, which brings 5 days of parades and showcases for brands, both established and emerging. Number 7. Milan, Italy. Milan is the first of the Big 4 fashion capitals to make our list. It debatably earned this status during the 70s and 80s when brands like Armani, Dolce & Gabbana, and Versace hit their stride. Around the same time, Milan helped popularize the concept of prêt-à-porter, or ready-to-wear clothing. Quadrilatero della Moda is the city's most renowned shopping district, with historic streets like Via Monte Napoleone. For a shopping experience where the architecture is every bit as alluring as the fashion, the Galleria Vittorio Emanuele II is the 19th century marvel of iron and glass. If you're visiting around February to March or September to October, Milan Fashion Week is what's making waves. With houses like Prada also being headquartered in Milan, its fashion capital status isn't wavering. Number 6. Berlin, Germany. Germany is famous for taking fashion risks, and nowhere is this more apparent than in Berlin. Every January and July, Berlin Fashion Week gives designers a chance to show off their latest creations. When somebody like Lady Gaga shows up, you can expect some daring looks. For aspiring designers overflowing with fresh ideas, consider honing your skills at Berlin University of the Arts, Europe's largest art school. HTW Berlin is another cutting-edge innovative school for designers. Berlin is an ideal city for people to break into the modeling industry, as well as several prominent agencies. Keeping in with the city's reputation for trendy fashion, Berlin is also the headquarters of Zalando, one of the top e-commerce fashion and lifestyle companies. Number 5. Tokyo, Japan. Tokyo is iconic for many things, including its ambitious street fashion. Breaking off from tradition in the 90s and early 2000s, Japanese street fashion has become its own culture. It's even developed subcultures, with trendy fashion emerging in Harajuku, a district in Tokyo. Ranging from gothic to classic to sweet, this cutting-edge fashion draws inspiration from the Rococo and Victorian periods. With a mix of different styles, describing it as avant-garde hardly does it justice. And you don't necessarily need to be a seasoned designer to leave your mark on the Tokyo fashion world. You can just be a teenager who thinks outside the box. On the whole, Tokyo fashion finds the middle ground between modern clothing and the otherworldly outfits you might see at a con. Number 4. Los Angeles, California. The red carpet isn't restricted to one city. When people think of celebrities arriving at highly publicized events in designer outfits, though, Los Angeles is the place that usually comes to mind. From the Oscars, to the Emmys, to the Grammys, the City of Angels has the most memorable red carpet looks. Of course, high-end LA fashion isn't just for the stars. You don't need to dress like $1 million to blend in with the LA scene. Both extravagant dress and casual beachwear exemplify the fact that LA fashion appeals to a wide array of different people. Whether you're in the crowd at Fashion Week or browsing through the Santee Alley Bazaar, the world is your red carpet in LA. Number 3. London, United Kingdom. It makes sense that London would be a Big Four fashion capital, seeing how it's home to one of the classiest families in the world. Whenever there's a royal wedding, the unveiling of the bride's wedding dress is an event in and of itself. While it's not every day that somebody marries into royalty, London Fashion Week at least comes twice a year, and this event brings together more than 250 designers. Speaking of which, some of the most esteemed fashion designers got their start in London, including Vivienne Westwood and Jimmy Choo. What makes London stand out is how varied the fashion is. From upscale gowns to the punk scene, London is anything but limited in the wardrobe department. Number 2. New York, New York. In most movies and shows set in New York, the characters dress like they're going to the plaza even when they're just getting lunch. Although we can't say that's entirely accurate, there's no denying that New York is one of the most fashion-savvy cities in the world. Another Big Four, New York's fashion world has somewhere around 180,000 workers. With that many creative minds, you can expect a vast array of diverse and dramatic looks lining the streets. New York put on the country's first fashion show in 1903. The entire concept of Fashion Week can be traced to New York, which put on Press Week during World War II to draw the spotlight away from French fashion. On that note, Number 1. Paris, France. New York might have stolen some of France's fashionable thunder, but the City of Lights is still arguably the biggest of the Big Four. How could we not give our top spot to the place where Coco Chanel, Yves Saint Laurent, and Jean-Paul Gaultier all made their claim to fame? Paris is also home to some of the industry's leading fashion houses, including Louis Vuitton, Celine, and Dior. Naturally, Paris Fashion Week is the event that everyone anticipates. Even though New York technically had the first Fashion Week, the idea goes back even further to Paris's salon shows. Fashion is embedded in the city's DNA, resulting in the most ravishing, courageous, and groundbreaking looks to ever grace the industry. Do you agree with our picks? Check out this other recent clip from MojoTravels, and be sure to subscribe and ring the bell to be notified about our latest videos.